I've never really been starstruck before, but I definitely am right now. But I was just wondering, like, for both of you, since this is such a big problem, like, especially in my generation, like, even I know people that are my age who have problems with addiction. What do you think is something for you two that makes you both, not like drug-wise, but like feel alive and like to help you know, like, to stay grounded and not go back, I guess?
Well, I like how you said it a lot because it can be very confusing, I feel like, and in a non-preachy way, just like in my first-person experience myself too, like in school or in college, like these are often avenues now to like being alive, like you said, and we talk about often like wanting to remove this idea of a moral failing with this movie. I know it's ambitious, but to those that see it, you know, and this idea that like drug addicts are fucking up or you know, are really making a choice in the wrong direction, but rather, as Nick said, like it's often a place of pain, not to like go party for a week, but rather to like come to terms with that pain and to bring it back to what you're saying. I think conversely, like with people our age, sometimes there's like a glorification of that kind of stuff and that lifestyle, and I'm not trying to be preachy or anything, but
no, but it definitely is.
But yeah, so you know, and so and like so I don't know. I just try, like you said, just try to stay grounded, or even talking here right now, or that we're all like in a room talking about it. I think that's helpful, and I think you probably have much better things to say about it.
No. I mean, I just think for me, like it's, as I've gotten older and stuff, it's just like the little things in life that I've come to really love and appreciate. Like, I don't know, yeah, like hanging out with my friends and going to a movie, or, you know, I don't know, have dogs, like walking with my dogs, going surfing. Like, you know, I feel like when I was younger, I always felt like I was like missing something, or I wasn't like being a part of things, and I had like a lot of FOMO, I guess is what young people call it. But no, it's true. Like I always felt like there was something better that I wasn't doing, and now like I feel like so just grateful to be able to just like, I don't know, just like go for a walk. Like before we came here, we just were like walking, and the leaves are all changing colors and everything, and it's amazing, you know, and that's really like a super gift, I feel like, that I've gotten to feel through this process or something.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What I think was so good was that, Timothy, you showed the anxiety and the pressures of being a student, of trying to fit in, of your dad being a successful person, and you're trying to make him proud, and that's a lot of pressure. So I think you all balanced that. What was your research for this part?
It was a little bit of everything, you know. I'm sure some people in here have read Nick's book and his dad David's book. Like that was like similar to Call Me by Your Name. It's amazing to have a book to be able to draw from and kind of know exactly what your character is going through, and then spending a lot of time in like outpatients and inpatients and going to meetings, and but honestly, in meeting with Nick again, I feel like that we've talked about it a lot, but I feel like the pressure as a young actor, I feel like, was this idea of going into it that it had to be like throwing myself against a wall or something to be good, or you like often see like press stories and movies come out of like how badly an actor hurt themselves or something, and I thought that was like a trap, and in meeting Nick, I was like, okay, great, it just made sense to me all of a sudden. Don't play the caricature of a drug addict, like play a human who is addicted to drugs.
Hi, sorry, I'm bad at speaking. I'm sorry if this doesn't make any sense, but kind of similar to the last one. How, like, before filming and also during, how did both of you, like, kind of lean on each other in, like, trying to create this character and be truthful and show not just, like, not just show, like, a character, but show, like, the real person and show, like, who Nick truly is?
I actually want to answer that for you, Timmy, which is that, I mean, honestly, like, that is all him. Like, you know, I mean, we met before the movie and everything, but, and I could visit set, but I don't know, I just feel like, you know, like I said, like, Timmy is so smart, and, you know, he just, I know that, like he said, he just did so much research, and was so committed to doing this in an authentic way and not relying on cliches, and, you know, I think, like, when you see that performance up there, like, you know, of course he's playing a character, but you also just see this like sweet, sensitive person, and that's who Timothée is. I think that's what he brings to all his roles, is just like who he is as a human being beyond like the character that he's playing, and that's what makes us all fall in love with him.
Watching the movie, I felt the connection and the love between the father and son, so I'm curious, what is your relationship like with your dad today, and how did your relationship with Steve help enhance the connection between your characters?
Well, oh man, I mean, he's Michael Scott, like. So, if anything, that was like that was a little bit of not a hurdle, that's almost like that would almost be strong, but it was like, man, this is so surreal. Like, and but then beyond that, I get like extraordinary dad vibes from Steve, and he is a really committed father. Like he like self-identifies as a father, like that's his role, and I felt, I don't know, in talking and hanging out more and talking about the movie, I'm realizing like how important the trust was with him, and I guess it never was clear to me because it was just like assumed he's just a great guy. But I'm realizing now and watching it too, like, oh wow, like I really had to be across someone that I felt comfortable, because it could have been like, you know, he's obviously a big star, and it could have been anything. I didn't know what to expect. So, but yeah, I guess that was my impression.
Yeah, and for me and my dad, like, we are super close. I mean, it's a kind of a miracle that we came out of all that, and he was so just forgiving of me, you know. I mean, it took time for sure, like a lot of time, but just slowly, like, we started to build back trust. And you know, I think that's something you see in the movie too, is like at the end, that love is still there, and that's like, I feel like one of the messages of the movie for sure is like, even after all of that and all that they went through, like at the very end, that love never goes away, and you see that like, yeah, as they're sitting there in that courtyard or whatever, and he puts his hand out, like that love is there, and you know, that's the way it is in real life too.
Thank you.